Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the daily forecast for the 23rd of October 2017. I nearly said 16 there. Right, how have you all been? I know I've had a little break and this is the first video I'm doing for coming back as well. So there's been a lot happening. First of all, I just want to talk about the Libra moon that we experienced on the 19th. I don't know any of you who are affected by the moon. I am hugely. I don't know how it is affecting you. I've found it a very, very emotional time. The reason I'm saying this, I'm not making it about me. It's just I want you to understand that I go through stuff too. And what I was picking up about this moon is that it's about bringing balance into our relationships. Now, this can be our relationships with others, but it's also our relationships with ourselves. And it's asking us to look at where we are being truthful in our relationships with others and where we are being truthful with our relationships with ourselves as well. A lot of times we can kid ourselves that everything is going great, because addressing that there are issues can sometimes, you know it's going to cause chaos in some way, or it's going to rock the boat and upset the status quo. So a lot of times we will try and convince ourselves that things are better than they are. Okay, so this is what has been coming in with it. And also, looking at ourselves, are we, do we give ourselves the love that we deserve? Do we give ourselves the nourishment that we deserve as well? And do we do what's best for us as well? This is what I feel is massive at the moment. This is usually about when we speak our mind, even to ourselves. And like I say, if something isn't how we want it, by keeping quiet about it, that does not help. It does not help the situation, whether this is with ourselves or with other people, So it's being able to, voice concerns and things like that. So this has been coming in massively. I came back to land in the UK and on Friday, I think. And God, what an emotional time. I've literally, the tears that I've shed since getting back. So please forgive me if I look a little bit forlorn today. There has been a huge release, a lot going on. So if any of you are feeling it, I'm there with you. And it is a bit of a toughie. But I always feel that there is chaos before clarity, okay? So it's not like things are looking bad. It's not like there's doom and gloom, but I feel there's some internal stuff that needs balancing at the moment for not just myself, but I feel quite a lot of you as well. This is quite interesting when I pulled the cards, because one card actually flew out as soon as I picked my cards up. I've had a couple of decks away with me. I haven't really been working as such, but I've tuned in the Tarot Apocalypses I'm using again, and as soon as I picked them up and went to shuffle, one card flew out. I was going to do today as well a video on how I deal with stuff when stuff's going on, but I got a phone call and I ended up going out. So I'm sorry about that. You didn't get that, but I will try and do that, because there's certain tools that I use to center myself, and, I feel that they could be beneficial. A lot of people ask me how I do it, when I get a wobble, and I do get wobbles, but like I say, it's just bringing that balance back in, and this is what I feel is huge at the moment. So the first card that came flying out here, it's such a beautiful card, and it's the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is usually within tarot. I don't do a lot with star signs, with tarot. I don't read them as the star signs a lot because I know that I'm not typical Virgo, but this card does coincide with Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, so that might mean something to some of you. But this card within this deck, it is so beautiful, and this talks about this Queen of Pentacles being like Mother Earth, Mother of the world. She is the one that gives nourishment. She wants you to have fulfillment as well. She also brings with her courage, wisdom and knowledge. But what this card is saying, I feel today, is that nothing can be forced. Now, often the Queen of Pentacles denotes material fulfillment as well, you know, because she's very practical and things like that. But I feel more with this is more about an abundance of self, okay, about feeling rich even if you have nothing. So this is more about how we feel with things. And what this card is saying is that there's a lot of knowledge there, okay? There's something going to happen. This is what it's saying, and this is something that is destined. So if you're waiting on something, don't worry too much. It's coming, but it might not come at the time you want it to, okay? This card is saying that nothing can be forced, okay? It will come when the time is right and when the conditions are right. So I feel there's a few little tweaks needed to be made, okay, around any plans that you have. Now, this isn't because she's wanting to spoil your fun or be like sort of a killjoy or anything like that. But she wants to see, this Queen of Pentacles wants to see you like sort of flourish and grow and live the life that you were born to. She wants you to have happiness, exactly like Mother Earth wants us to, you know. But there needs to be some changes in order to allow this to happen. Now, this could be changes within yourself. This could be changes externally, you know, or something like that. There is change needed in order for this abundance to actually come in. Now, they're saying there, this could be a change of plans, okay? But don't look on anything here as being negative. These are not negative cards at all, but they're just saying the time may not be right at the moment, okay? Now, this Queen of Pentacles, she is the nurturer and the nourisher, okay? And she also talks about our need to be cared for as well as caring for others. So this is bringing in a lot of healing, this card, okay? And I mean, today I've been out and I've cried. I was talking to somebody and my lips started wobbling, you know? I woke up this morning, I was missing my own mum, like, massively, you know. I just wanted my mum here, whether it was to shout at me or what. I needed that nurture, you know, and somebody gave me a hug today, and the second they gave me a hug, it was like the waterworks started and I pulled away from it, you know. I'm a very, it's not my favourite trait of myself, but I don't often let people know when I am needing this care and nurture myself. And this is what this card is talking about. And it's saying, you know, you can't just always be the carer. You need to feel cared for as well, you know. So look at areas in your life where you may be, you know, holding people at arm's length, you know, rather than letting them in. You know, what is it you're scared of? You know, what is it? I think today, if I had carried on with that hug, I was probably scared that the tears would not stop, because I can feel them. They're there. There's a real emotional, a lot of emotions coming up, but I'm going through a lot of stuff. So it's, you know, it's normal, and I've got to allow myself to feel them. So I've got to give myself care as well, you know, and this is what it's talking about, you know. This is what it's talking about, your relationship with yourself as well as with the others, you know. So like I say, there's a lot of healing coming in with this. There's a lot of lotus flowers as well. So this is saying that there's strength there. So don't worry, you know. Sometimes you're being strong means showing that you need help, you know. Sometimes that is it. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness, okay? They're saying this to me, and they're saying to me, take note. And it's like, right, okay, I'm taking note, practice what I preach here, you know. So this is what it's saying, and it's talking about like home as well, your home environment. Do you feel at home there? You know, do you feel home and settled? Because this is a very, very important thing for you to feel safe and secure within your home. The mad thing is I've came back and I actually feel at home anywhere else but my physical home, which is so bizarre. You're there, Hendrix. You know, Hendrix was really pleased to see me when I came back. He was jumping 4 foot in the air and everything. So yeah, so this is saying that, You know, look at your home. Is it a safe environment? Do you feel cared for? Do you feel that your heart is there? If not, then you need to look at where is your heart? You know, where will you feel this safety? Now, this is really, really bizarre what is coming in with this when you look at the other cards. So this is saying maybe take time to meditate, okay? Take time for stillness as well, because I feel some answers will come in stillness. They're saying there, stillness speaks, okay? And I feel that there are steps to climb here. I don't know what that is meaning there. There are steps to climb, whether this is raising your vibration or whether this is sort of stepping up to a higher level so that you can actually see the bigger picture of things, okay? But they're saying tap into your intuition here. If any of you are getting any sort of vibes or anything like that, trust them, okay? Because the universe is trying to speak to you. They're saying there that you are not alone neither. You know, you have Mother Nature there, and she is ready. She has her arms around you, okay? So you are being nurtured. You are being cared for, even though you may feel that you're not, okay? They're also talking here to me about, they're saying something about pad. You know, some of you may be thinking of moving home or something like that, you know, because it's like changing pads, like leaping pads or something. There is money coming as well. I feel there is money coming for you which will help you do this, but it may not be there yet, okay? Or it may just be coming in trickles. This is what I'm seeing. I feel that there's a frustration around things aren't happening as quick as you want them to be, or how you want them to be. But they're saying this is just trust the process. They know better than us, okay? So like I say, tap into spirit, do some meditation, and there will be answers there. Because the card that I pulled that came with this deck, which is quite interesting, is the Eight of Cups. Now this Eight of Cups is talking about you being a seeker, okay? What is it you are seeking? What is it you are searching for? You know, a lot of us are seekers, especially when you have these mystical ways. You are always searching because there is nothing else that you can do. You know, this is it. There is always on this quest for this search. And this card is saying that you are looking for a place that will nourish your spiritual self and your emotional self as well. So they're saying it's time to take a bit of a pilgrimage to actually go in search of this, a bit like the Holy Grail. And what this means is this is letting go of the past so that you can move forward emotionally. And if we have a look at that card, that lady has nothing. She is dropping the robe there, okay? And this is the last thing that she actually owns. She has all of these cups. These are sort of things that she has experienced, you know, but she is going on a different path. She is heading towards the light, but she is still in the darkness, okay? And she doesn't seem scared, you know, this is it. There may be a little fear because you might not know where you are going, but you know that you need to explore, because where you are just there's something just doesn't fit right. It doesn't feel right, okay? And she is going alone. Now, what I love about this, what I've just seen there, is that pretty much looks like a target. You know, when you're looking through a gun or a compass or something like that, and you have the target, and that's what it's saying. So it's like, it's sort of where she knows which direction she's going. She might not know what is there when she gets there, but this is talking about knowing that you aren't fulfilled where you are and having to go on this voyage or this journey to find your fulfillment. Because if we remember, the Nine of Cups that comes after this is about happiness and contentment. So this is saying about leaving things behind in order to search for this fulfillment that you seek. You know, you might be feeling a little bit in the dark. You might be, you know, like, where am I going? But you know that you need to go somewhere. This is what is coming in, you know, and you are being guided. If we have a look there, there's people sort of guiding the way. And this is talking about people who will help you on your journey, so to speak. So people that you may encounter will be important in some way here. Yeah, she has her own torch there. She has her own torch, and this is lighting her way. But that is all she has. She has not taken any material things with her. All she has taken is herself, you know, this vulnerable self. You know, she is naked. She is, this is who I am. This is how I was born, you know. None of us are born clothed. None of us are born with possessions, you know. But often we put too much onus on possessions, making us who we are. And that is not right, you know, because when we go back to the earth from which we came, you know, we can't take anything like that with us. So this is about realizing, you know, that does not make us rich. Our fulfillment, our spiritual fulfillment and our emotional fulfillment is what makes us rich. So it's not about the money, although the money is coming, you know, but it's like this person is listening. She is walking away, and this mother, this Queen of Pentacles, this person who is offering courage, nourishment, wisdom, all of that is behind her. She has her back. Okay, so whatever it is you're embarking on, know that you are being watched, you are being protected, and you are being guided as well. You are not alone. This is what they're coming in here. You are not alone here. So that's quite interesting. We have within the Osho card here, the We Are the World, and this is such a beautiful card, and I love this, you know. I feel that there's a time of emotional upheaval going on at the moment as well. There could be a lot of emotions flying about, and this often comes when we're leaving things behind as well. But we need to remember that everything has a shelf life, okay? Nothing can stay the same forever. Change is needed, and this is what it's saying here. So this card here is talking about like people coming together and us connecting. It's talking about our connections and how our connections are what make us rich. Okay, this world at the moment is getting so disconnected. We are all on our phones. We are all on our social media. The world is opened up. We can contact people from, you know, from one side of the world to the other. Yet we are disconnecting from our true sort of connections. We need that touch. We need that nurture. We need that care, you know, from another human being. You know, this is it. We were, you know, being tactile, you know, touching, you know, feeling somebody else's essence. You can't feel that through a computer, you know. It's about this physical touch. And like I say, this is it, you know, I'm feeling like a need to put my arms around people to hug them. I feel hugs are massively needed here, because what this is saying is when we have this true connection with somebody, we feel this sense of security and we feel this safeness. And we're that busy tapping on our phones and things like that we're forgetting this, and it's isolating us. So although we are connected to Wi-Fi or whatever, we are disconnecting from our emotional needs and, you know, and from our emotions, you know. So it's like I say, there is a big wedge seems to be coming in here. Now, people don't realize how much we need and crave this connection as well. But like I say, if we're having a troubled time, you want a hug. A hug heals, you know. And it's like, if you want to celebrate something, it's like, who do you want to be there? Who do you want to celebrate with you as well? And this card is saying that it's a very karmic card, this. And it's saying, you know, the world is quite a small place, and it speaks of these strong connections that we get. You know, I've mentioned this before, that little tattoo on my finger, the red string of fate. And this is, in Japanese folklore, they say that the gods tie an invisible red thread around the little finger of all souls who are meant to meet in this life. And it doesn't matter where they are in the world, it will bring them together at the right time. And this is what we need, you know. We need to find our tribe. We need to follow them little red threads, you know, because there are people waiting there to come into our life where we do feel this safeness and where we do feel this security as well. You know, this is how connections are meant to be. There's too many fake connections at the moment. I love it. Sorry, I've just got off on a tangent there. Have you seen Donald Trump has actually said that he's invented the word fake? It's like, oh come off it, man. You know, but that's it. You know, that this is what is all false. You know, real is rare, and this is what we need to embrace as well. So what they're saying here is like, you know, we're all the same on a soul level. It doesn't matter who we are, you know, and the universe will bring us people into our lives who we can resonate with. And when you feel understood by another person, you know, that gives this sense of safeness and security as well. So this is saying this is a time of communication, you know, sharing yourself. You know, this could be this emotional side. It could be your happy side, whatever. But it's sharing that with other human beings, you know. Actually, that's what it's about, you know. And it's saying there's no clinging here. There's no grasping. When you have a true soul connection like this, it is a connection where there's no inferiority, there's no superiority, you know. It's somewhere where you do not have to fear showing your feelings. Like I say, today I sort of did a little bit, and it was like, whoa, I found it quite strange. Even though I knew who I was sharing with, it was safe. The issue was with me. I'm that used to not doing that it, you know, it came a little bit bad. And this comes from old wounds where trust has been abused in some way, you know. So we all have that, but we need to be open to this, you know. When we recognize these things in another person, that we know we can be safe and we know we can be honest with them as well. You know, when we can talk to them, not just about our hopes, but about our fears as well, we can actually start to see the miracle of our existence, you know. People need people. We all do, you know, we need this. And when we come together and when we share our wealth or knowledge or love or wisdom or whatever like that, this is what is beautiful. Our strengths are then intensified. Our fears fall away. You know, our flaws are recognized, and then we can build on them. You know, we don't meet people by chance. I don't believe that. I feel everybody that comes into our life is for a reason, and we are guided towards them for our greater good. Some people will hurt us. You know, some people will betray our trust, but that again is for our greater good, because it lets us know who we should have in our circle and who we shouldn't. You know, everybody talks about Facebook and all of this now, and I've got so many followers and this and that. But how many of those connections are real? You know, how many of those people would be there if you needed them? And this is what it's saying. It's also saying that we need to stop resisting these connections as well. We need to allow ourselves to be open to people as well. We need to allow ourselves to be truthful, because this allows other people to be truthful in turn. And when we are standing in our authentic self and letting all of our colours be shown, you know, whether they are murky and dark at the time or whether they are bright and fluorescent, this will allow us to shine brighter. It will allow our colours to come through, and it will then in turn allow other people's as well. Whenever I get this card, I always get the song by Star Sailor, "Thank goodness for the good souls that make life better," you know. And that's it. There are so many beautiful souls on this earth. There are so many beautiful souls who are lost, and they're trying to fit in, and they're trying to play this game, and they're trying to wear the mask that society is telling them, and they're doing this to be liked, when the real way to be liked and loved is to simply just be yourself. You know, so this is what it's saying. You know, we are crying out for this care and, you know, to be cared for as well as caring for others. We are crying out for this authenticity, and we are crying out for this connection. And this is what is needed, you know. So this is quite an interesting reading, to be honest. The Colette Baron Reid card that I've picked is "No Place Like Home." And as I've already said, home feels safe and secure. It's comfortable. It's a place where you can rest, where you can heal, where you can create, and it's a place that you can call yours. You know, it isn't a place as such. You know, you can find home in a person. You can find home in an animal, you know. That is it, you know, and you need to find that home within yourself. It doesn't matter where you reside. It's what you feel internally as well. So this card is saying here, if we have a look at it, you know, it's saying that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is the beginning to solidify everything in your life, you know. These are aspects that nobody else can take from you. When you are happy and balanced in you, nobody can take them away from you. You know, I don't know, some of you may be risking losing a home or something like that at the moment, but that home is not you. Okay, that is a house. It is bricks and mortar, bricks and mortar. You know, your home is within you. Okay, this is what they're saying here. When you know who you are and you can hold your head high, you know, with not being, you know, really proud and egotistical, but doing this, you know, with pride and with humility as well. You know, this is when you can see sort of way beyond. When you have people there around you who make you feel at home within yourself, people where the connections, you instantly feel at home with them when they put their arms around you. This is what home is. It's not the bricks and mortar that you actually, I don't know why I keep saying water there. I don't know if some of you have had a flood or something like that within your house, you know. But this is it. When you are authentic, you see through the eyes of your soul. And when other people are authentic, they see through the eyes of their soul as well. And this is what it means. It's our souls coming together. And this is where you will gain power and strength. So authenticity is your home here. This is where you are safe. You know, this is when you are the nearest you can get to spirit, when you are being your authentic self. So look at the people who are in your life now. You know, these could be lovers, friends, you know, companions, anything like that. And look at, do you feel safe being yourself? Can you actually voice your hopes and fears to them? If you can't, then maybe, you know, these people are not the people that should be in your circle, you know, because this is saying there's a lot of synchronicity coming in at the moment as well, you know, and this is bringing a lot of love in with it as well. And this doesn't have to be romantic love. This is where you feel love and you feel loved as well. When you are secure in that knowledge that what you are giving out is replicated, this is when you get this emotional safety, this comfort, you know, and when you feel familiar with other people, you know, when it is comfortable to just be you, you know, that is a relationship that is classed as home. So when you are like that, this is when you can add love to the world, and the world needs a lot of love right now. You know, you need a lot of love. We all do. We all need that love, and whether that comes from ourselves or other people, you know, we need that love at the moment. So I'm going to pull a Gaia card. They led me to pull these cards, and I'm going to read from the book for these, but see what we're getting. It's saying there, home is where the heart is as well, you know, so really, really look at that, you know, where does your heart start to burst and, you know, and feel loved and feel like it is being, you know, replenished as well, because there are a lot of situations where our heart actually feels weary and our heart hurts, you know. When our heart is home, it doesn't hurt, okay? It really, really doesn't. Our heart needs to be at peace, you know. So right, the card I've picked today, what a beautiful, beautiful card that. And it's talking about winter. It's called Winter's End. And this is really strange because I was talking today and I don't function very well in the cold. And like I say, I've been away, I've been in the sunshine, I've been watching sunrises, you know, it's been beautiful. And I came back I came back home with a bump because it isn't home, you know, and that is what I have realised when I've been away. So like I say, the big realisations. But this card is absolutely beautiful, if we can see it. And what this says is, this card signifies rebirth, regeneration and new growth. You may not know it, but the cycle has already begun. A cold grey period of your life is coming to an end and a new season begins. As with the tree lady featured on this card, the first signs of spring are just starting to show. The first shoots have sprouted and soon the new buds will be in full bloom as they bathe in the light of the sun. Many beautiful things are in store for you. New opportunities present themselves, sometimes quite unexpectedly. When they do, embrace them. Do not hesitate, for this is your time to shine. This is a lucky and prosperous period for you. Many things that were previously not possible now are. Doors that were previously closed are now open. This card also signifies travel and positive outcome. So I hope that makes sense to you, that reading. It's very deep. I feel that there's a lot of personal stuff in there for me as well. So sorry about that. I don't choose the cards. They choose themselves, and the messages come through in what is meant to be. But this is it. Like I've said, there is stuff happening even if you can't see it. You know, you are being cared for. You are being looked after by the mother, you know. And every mother just wants what is best for her child. Sometimes we may resist them and we may kick back against them and think that we know best, but a mother always knows best. I remember my mum saying to me on so many occasions that I am your best friend, Tanya, and one day you will realise that. And I do realise that, and it's just a little bit too late for me to tell her that yes, she was right again, you know. So yeah, it's like I say, there is, you know, the world mother is looking after us all. So don't feel scared. Don't feel afraid. Things are happening. Maybe not as quick as you want them to, but they are happening, and there are new doors open. Few changes need to be made, and you need to go on the quest for fulfillment, and you will find it. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. I'm emotional there. Like I say, I think my bladder and my eyes have sort of swapped places the last couple of days. But yeah, there is, you know, find this home within yourself. There is a fire burning. It's comfortable. You can put your feet up, you know, get your cozy jammies on. And, you know, every single one of us has that inside of us. It doesn't matter where it is we are residing. Okay, so if anybody would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the links below. There's the links to my website and the booking form. I'm pretty booked up this week, but I think there is a couple of appointments available for Thursday left, and then it's back to normal. I will get the November monthlies out this week, hopefully, and I will get the weeklies out as well. Okay, but it's really, really great to be back. I have missed you all, and like I say, it's been a very full-on time. A lot of fun things, a lot of revelations, and a lot of sort of confusion as well. But like I say, after confusion always comes clarity. So it's just about riding the wave. And if them feelings are there and, you know, they want to come out, then, you know, stop resisting them. Let them flow. And even if that's tears, let them flow. Because sometimes when we cry, we can wash our eyes and see things differently, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm sending a lot of love and a lot of hugs to you all today, because I think they are desperately needed. Okay, Satnam.